Hello friends, it's Alexis and welcome to another game of TBR POP. Of course, today we are playing to build my TBR for the month of April. I don't think I'm participating in any readathons in April, at least at the time of filming this. I'm not planning on it, so nothing I have to tell you about there. But April is very exciting because it's my birthday month, so I have a lot of fun themed vlogs planned. So I do have a list of books that I'm hoping I can get on the TBR, but of course it all depends on what the board picks for us. So with that, we can get right into the game, and I actually have a very special guest for our first throw. Okay, so our guest is a little camera shy, but my boyfriend Dan is going to do our first throw because he's very jealous that I get to play this every month and he wants to try it too. So handing the dart over, I'm gonna step out of the way so I don't get hit. And just remember, you have to hit a good balloon. If you don't get a good balloon, you're never allowed to do this again. Dart number 1. Did you get it?
No.
No, you missed. All right, try again. Okay, we have one. Are you sure you don't want to show off what it is?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Dart number 1, thrown by Dan, is gonna be nonfiction. I feel like he did this on purpose because he likes to read nonfiction. And Dan's laughing at me because he thinks this is bad, but joke's on him, I had a nonfiction on my hopefuls list. So for balloon number 1, we are going to go with A Little Devil in America by Hanif Abdurraqib. This is a book I heard about a few years ago from Books and Lala, and I think it was like her favorite book of the year, or at least her favorite nonfiction of the year. So I've been interested in it ever since. And I've been really itching to read some nonfiction because I haven't at all yet this year, and it is my goal to read 10 of them this year, so gotta get moving on that. But this one, as the subtext tells us, is Notes in Praise of Black Performance. It is a reflection on how Black performance is inextricably woven into the fabric of American culture. Each moment in every performance he examines, whether it's the 27 seconds in Give Me Shelter, in which Mary Clayton wails, a schoolyard fistfight, a dance marathon, or the instant in a game of spades right after the cards are dealt, has layers of resonance in Black and white cultures, the politics of American empire, and Abdurraqib's own personal history of love, grief, and performance. This one sounds really, really interesting and like I'm going to learn a lot about the history of America. And since it's a recommendation from Kayla, I know it's going to be good. I can always trust her taste in nonfiction books. Dart number 2. That did not hit. It's so close. Should I aim for that one again or should I go for a different one? We're going to aim for it again. I feel good about light blue. Oh! Okay, close. Let me maybe move over a little bit. Oh, I mean, whatever. We'll try again for blue next time. Balloon number 2 is going to be audiobook. Oh my god, I couldn't read that. An audiobook. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, for balloon number 2, we got another really nice one. And I'm going to take this as an opportunity to get the Full Moon Book Club pick for the month of April onto the TBR early, and that of course is going to be Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veer. This is a new release that came out on March 25th by the same author that wrote My Darling Dreadful Thing, which is still on my TBR. I'm also really interested in reading that one, but I just haven't had time to get to it. So I'm hoping this one will be as good as all of the reviews I've seen for this author's first book. But I didn't even know what this one was about until Jan announced it as the April pick for the book club. So I looked it up on Goodreads and right away I was sold by the buzzwords. It is tagged as gothic, vampires, and queer. I don't need to know anymore. I don't even need to read the synopsis. I'm in. But I guess let's read the synopsis together and figure out what this one is actually about. So it takes place in the Netherlands in 1887. Lucy and her twin sister Sarah. Sarah is unwell. She refuses to eat, mumbles nonsensically, and is increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. The doctor has diagnosed her with temporary insanity caused by a fever of the brain. To protect her twin from a terrible fate in the lunatic asylum, Lucy must unravel the mystery surrounding her sister's condition, but it's clear her twin is hiding something. I don't want to read any more. I hope the secret is that the twin's a vampire, and I'm in. I'm excited. Getting to read a gothic book about gay vampires during my birthday month? What more could I ask for? Dart number 3. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for that light blue again. I have a good feeling about it. I don't know what's under it, but woo! Recently hauled. Ooh, this is a good one. There are so many new releases coming out in April. This is actually going to be a hard choice to make. How are we getting so lucky today? What is going on? Why is the board being nice? We got recently hauled. I am going to break the rules a little bit, and I'm going to pick a book that I have not bought yet, but I will be buying in the month of April when it releases on April 22nd, Emily Henry's newest book, Great Big Beautiful Life. Like, what an incredible birthday present to me. Emily Henry's newest book. All I need to tell you is it's going to be on my favorites at the end of the year. It's going to be 5 stars. I don't know what it's about, but I've never disliked an Emily Henry book, so she has a pretty good track record. She might be my favorite author of all time. I'd have to think on that. But if you don't want to just take my word that this is going to be an incredible book, let's read what it's about. 2 writers, as her books normally deal with somebody in the publishing industry, whether it be authors or editors or whatever. They are competing for the chance to tell the larger-than-life story of a woman with more than a couple plot twists up her sleeve. Alice Scott is an eternal optimist still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize-winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy Little Crescent Island for the same reason, to write the biography of a woman no one has seen in years, or at least to meet the octogenarian who claims to be Margaret Ives. Tragic heiress, former tabloid princess, and daughter of one of the most storied and scandalous families in the 20th century, when Margaret invites them both for a 1-month trial period, after which she'll choose the person to tell her story, there are 3 things keeping Alice's head in the game. All right, we're in. We have 2 writers competing. We have this mysterious heiress that's giving Evelyn Hugo vibes, and we're gonna have some rivals to lovers action here. I cannot wait. Okay, incredible. So happy. Dart number 4. I think I want pink. Maybe the dark pink on the bottom? Or green works too. Small book. Ooh, okay. It's being nice to me because it's my birthday month. I mean, of course I have one of those. Next up on the TBR, I am adding The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. This is going to be my first book ever by this author, but I feel like it's time. I've heard nothing but good things about her, and I'm ready to see what the hype is about. This one, I actually believe, is another nonfiction because it's a memoir. So from what I know about this one, it's probably going to be a little bit of a hard read. It's going to deal with some heavy topics. I believe some pretty tragic stuff happened to Didion the years that she based this book on. In this, she explores an intensely personal yet universal experience, a portrait of marriage and a life in good times and bad times that will speak to anyone that has ever loved a husband or wife or child. Of course, I'm not married yet, but I have been with my partner a very long time. And I just feel like as a human, you're gonna have a way to relate to this because we all have somebody that we care about. Dart number 5. Still trying for a pink. I'm gonna go for the dark pink all the way to the left. Nope. Okay, blue works too. I'm missing more this time because I'm standing further back because last game was too easy for me. Please be good. Horror with an adaptation. Okay, I'm gonna have to think on this one. All right, this one took me a minute to decide on because I tend to read the book as movies are coming out. So there just aren't too many of these types of books on my radar. But there is something I own that has had a movie for a very long time. I actually saw the movie before I bought the book. And in the spirit of trying to get my physical TBR down, I feel like I had to go with Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. I think it's a good time for it. It's another vampire book. It's a movie I'm familiar with, as I'm sure many people are. When did this movie come out? The 90s? If you've never seen it, I recommend it. It's not great, but it's worth the watch. The acting is just a little bit questionable, but it really is a classic vampire film for a reason. Of course, in this one, we are following a vampire, and he is doing an interview, as the title says. He is telling his life story of when he got turned into a vampire and everything that happened to him since. We also have the super memorable characters of Lestat and Claudia in this. And honestly, I'm excited to revisit the story and see if anything was different in the book. So, dart number 6. The board said April means springtime, so let's get all of the green balloons, I guess. I seriously cannot. cancel this whole thing. This was not smart on my part. I should have just put a long book or like over 500 pages. Because what do you mean? What do you mean that the longest book on my TBR is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, and it is over 1,000 pages long? 1,000 pages? 1,000. Who do you think I am that I can read a 1,000-page book along with everything else I'm planning to read next month? I mean, it's almost as wide as my face. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy is going to be the next addition to the TBR, but I am not confident about this one. Like, yes, obviously I want to read it. It's on my TBR, but I feel like I need some time to become mentally prepared for this. The only thing that's keeping me from being like completely devastated is that Anna Karenina is one of my favorite classics of all time by the same author. So like, maybe there's a chance, there's a hope that I will love this one too. But like, even Anna Karenina took me forever to get through, and I felt like there was some unnecessary stuff in there that could have been cut to make it a little shorter. War and Peace focuses on Napoleon's invasion of Russia in 1812 and follows three of the most well-known characters in literature: Pierre, the illegitimate son of a count who is fighting for his inheritance and yearning for spiritual fulfillment; Prince Andrei, who leaves his family behind to fight in the war against Napoleon; and Natasha, the beautiful young daughter of a nobleman who intrigues both men. As Napoleon's armies invade, Tolstoy brilliantly follows the characters from diverse backgrounds, peasants and nobility, civilians and soldiers, as they struggle with the problems unique to this era, their history, and their culture. I'm excited. I am. I'm scared, but I'm excited. Sounds like we're gonna have a little bit of a love triangle. Some drama, some tragedy with the war, I'm sure. We got this. We can do this. Let me know if you want a vlog of me regretting all of my life choices. Dart number 7. Okay, we finally got the pink one I wanted. Was it worth it? You know, I'm always trying to read it through the viewfinder. I can't. Random letter title. So of course, this is going to require me to use a random letter generator. Let me find my phone and we can do that. All right. This could either be really good or really bad, and the board owes me, so it better give me a good letter. Okay, we are screen recording. Please, 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 please give me something I can work with here. I think ideally a T would be good. What else do I have on my list? I would also take an E, an S. Okay, here we go. Stop. No. An R? What am I supposed to do with an R? Okay, I'm back. I found something. Well, this wasn't officially on my hopeful list. It was on the first draft of the hopeful list, and then I cut it because I didn't think I'd have time for it. But the balloons had other ideas, and I guess they wanted me to read this one, so I'm gonna be reading The Road by Cormac McCarthy. The doesn't count. It starts with R, okay? This is a book I've been interested in for a while. I see it recommended all the time. It's on so many lists of people's like best books of all time. So I guess it's time for me to see for myself if that is true or not. This one is actually about the apocalypse, which I never knew until I actually bought it and read the back. It follows a father and son as they walk alone through burned America. Nothing moves in the ravaged landscape save the ash on the wind. It is cold enough to crack stones, and when the snow falls, it is gray. The sky is dark, their destination is the coast, although they don't know what, if anything, awaits them there. They have nothing, just a pistol to defend themselves against the lawless bands that stalk the road, the clothes they are wearing, a cart of scavenged food, and each other. This sounds like another really, really depressing book. I guess that's the theme of April, is I'm just gonna be sad. And dart number 8, which is going to be our last one. I think I want, let's get a red. Yellow works too. And our last balloon is going to be a thriller. Okay, we can work with this. This is really lucky because I was trying to fit the Literally Dead Book Club book onto this TBR somewhere, so perfect reason. So of course, in the month of April, I will be reading The Inheritance by Trisha Saklecha. I don't know too much about this, but I believe it's some rich people drama, which I'm always ready to read about. This is about a family reunion that ends in murder. Meet the Argwalds, who have gathered on a private luxury island off the west coast of Scotland for a much anticipated family reunion. Raj, the patriarch and a business tycoon, is about to announce to his wife and his 3 children the succession plan for his multi-million-dollar Delhi-based company. My light died. Sorry about the angle and lighting change. One of my 2 lights died, so now I'm relying on one, and I had to position it so that everything was lit up. Anyways, back to the book. What was I saying? Shalini, the fragile matriarch, is ready to have her husband to herself after years of sacrifice to the family business. Myra, the golden child, owner of the island and host of the reunion, is unbeknownst to her family on the brink of bankruptcy. Asim, the son and supposed heir, is torn between the love for his wife and his duty to family. Asha, the youngest, a party girl whose antics are legendary, can't pass up an opportunity to wreak havoc. And then there's Zoe, Asim's wife, the outsider, whose hashtag insta-perfect life is built on a foundation of lies. Ooh, I don't know if I want to read about an Instagram influencer, but they've all got secrets that they would die to protect. Who will survive this high-stakes reunion, and who will become a victim of their own greed? One thing is certain, this family gathering will shatter more than just their illusions of unity. Dun dun dun! The drama. You know, I'm in. Sounds interesting. I'm a nosy person, so if we're getting big family drama and secrets, it's gonna be a good time for me. Whoop! We're losing it. All right, friends, that is going to be it. I have these books on the bottom turned around to represent the audiobooks I will be listening to this month. You know, I think we've got this. War and Peace is determined to ruin my life, but I'm not gonna let it. I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna make it my bitch. We're gonna be fine. I'm gonna put these down because they're heavy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did playing our game. And if you made it this far and would like to send me all of the good vibes for me to be able to complete this TBR in April, please leave me the dove emoji below to represent peace from War and Peace. As always, friends, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.